Sam, welcome back. Let's cover the most exciting topic that pretty much comes very, very close to my heart. And it's something that I'm always wondering. Interesting. What if I don't want to sell my house first, but I do want to find my dream home first? And I went out there and I found my dream home. But then I don't have my funds available because they all frozen in my home. What do I do? And I know that this beautiful, exciting programs came out a while back, which I reached out to you guys from Cross Country, and I asked you a question. How does it work? What do I do? Where do I begin? I know that a lot of people could be in the same shoes as we are and probably even be in a position where they have this dream of this future new perfect home, but they also don't want to lose the opportunity of securing a new home, putting an offer in, getting into a contract. But now what do I do with my house? I want to be able first to, buy my home and then only to close on the home that I live in. So it's so many moving puzzles to this, but I just can't imagine to being able to accomplish this without a true professional who's going to guide me through this process and tell me exactly what we can or cannot do, how this puzzle could actually structure itself, and then how is it all possible? Let's talk about that, Sam.
I love it. But unfortunately, I can't help you. We have no options. I'm kidding.
I know you are.
We have an awesome product. It's called a bridge loan. So what that means, it's obviously you've seen a bridge, right? It gets you from one place to another. If you own a home, you have no other money to use for the down payment, right? Let's just say as an example. And you found your dream home, like you said, and you want to move from that old home to the new home, but your old home hasn't sold yet. That's where a bridge loan would come into play. So what would happen is you would put your home up on the market. Let's say the Zach team found the home of your dreams for you, and now you're like, what do I do? The buyers don't want to move in for a little bit on my old home, and I want to close on this new home before I close on the old home. A bridge loan can help you do that. So they will lend you money on a short-term basis to use as the down payment on the new home.
Do you need an appraisal on my existing home?
We do not. We would lend you funds based on the assumption, as long as you qualify, obviously, for the new mortgage on the new property with your debt to income ratio and your credit and those other factors. We would lend you the money for the down payment, as you're aware of the EMD, the deposit, when you leave a contract signing. So we'll lend you the money for that. It gets you into the new home, and you can keep your old home while you're moving from your old home to your new home.
So how does this money get disbursed to me prior to me even moving around?
Yeah, it goes straight into your bank account. It's a short-term loan. The interest rates are a little bit higher on a loan like this, probably somewhere between 8 and 9%.
Okay.
But again, you're not supposed to keep this bridge loan
for a long time.
For a long time, right? You're only going to keep it until it bridges the gap from the old home to the new home. So, the interest rate is high, but you really should only have it for 4, 6 months, 8 months, somewhere around those lines. So it really all depends on how long you're going to keep it, right? I wouldn't worry so much on the interest rate. I would be more so worried on
getting your house unloaded.
Yeah, getting your house unloaded, right? So I know for me, this kind of happened to me at some point. We had a co-op that me and my wife owned. We sold it and we didn't line up the timing of the new purchase. So I had to move in with my mother-in-law, which was, it wasn't
interesting experience.
It was interesting, right? It was a little difficult. It wasn't that fun of an experience. We'll say that. I love my mother-in-law. Mother-in-law, if you're watching this, I love you. That's great. But yeah, it was tough, right? Because you have to move all your stuff from one place to another and then move it again to the new house.
Transitioning is never easy.
It's never easy.
Nothing in life when we're going through transition is easy.
Yep.
Nothing.
Yep.
Even when you're learning or trying to break into something different and new in life, you have to really get comfortable before you are comfortable. And so this is what we stand for here in the Zach team and, Cross Country Mortgage Company. To what we do is we get our clients comfortable, and we are making it so that we find solution in any situation as long as the clients are ready, willing, and able to perform.
Right.
And going right now into a situation, exactly how much timeline does the client have in this example to get in a contract on a new home and to really sell their home? What is the timeline that is capping you out of the opportunity of being in that transition?
It's usually 4 months.
So you're giving me 4 months to sell my home.
4 months, right? So once it's on the market, let's assume it gets into contract after a month, and then you have 3 months to close the buyers have 3 months to close on your existing home. That gives you enough time to use those bridge funds, the bridge fund loans, the bridge loans funds on the purchase of a new home. So it gives you enough time just to get you in the door, basically.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Interesting. Sam, let me ask you this. Is there what happens after 4 months? What if the home didn't sell? What if there is a title issues? What if let's say the borrowers are not ready yet to move in? What if there is some sort of a delays? Life happens. What happens then?
So typically speaking, there is a 4 month timeline where it's a 4 month radius in which you're supposed to pay back this loan. Let's say that doesn't happen. We're not going to come knocking on your door asking for that money back that we lent you to buy this new home. But you will need to pay it back at some point. So if there is a title issue or something needs to be worked out, or let's say that buyer that's buying your existing home, it doesn't work out for them and you need to relist it on the market, you can still do that and carry out this loan. They'll work with you a little bit. We will work with you a little bit to do that. So there isn't that much of a pressure. Let's say if the house, if it doesn't work out all the way it's supposed to, as we know in real estate, things happen, out of the blue. Not every deal works smoothly. So it really, we'll work with you there. But I think it's more important, for me, I come from a service-based business prior to doing mortgages, and I think the service and support that you're going to get with a loan like this, pays for itself tenfold, right? Just the fact that you don't have to worry about moving to another temporary location, worrying, living with another loved one, and you can just go straight into your new home.
That's priceless.
It's priceless to me, and
convenience.
It's convenience.
So
really.
it's you buying yourself peace of mind and convenience.
Yep, exactly.
Well, Sam, the next question I have for you: do I have to have my home on the market?
You do. It has to be listed. So that's a great question, right? You can't just say, hey, you know what, I want to take this bridge loan out and buy a new home and then end up not selling your existing home. Part of the underwriting guidelines for this program are that you need to have your existing house on the market. It has to be actively listed. Hopefully they're listing that with you.
Absolutely.
Because we know that it would sell and it wouldn't have any
Absolutely.
issues. So that's a different story. But yes, it does have to be listed on the market.
So is it more like a home equity style of loan? Is there closing costs to this program?
That's actually a good point. It's kind of like a home equity line of credit, but just short term. And it's based on the equity of your home. So now keep in mind, you do have to have some equity available in your existing home in order to do this, right? Let's say the house that your existing home is worth $1 million and you owe $500,000 on the mortgage on it, you have some wiggle room there.
So you have a peace of mind to give me the money.
Exactly. There's equity there. There's skin in the game, essentially.
Got
so
it.
you have some money left.
So there is no closing costs.
There are small closing costs on a loan like this, but they're not anywhere near what a traditional closing cost would be.
So what happens if you, let's say, transitioning from this loan into a regular loan for my new purchase? Is there some kind of benefits to like being in between the two?
There's not really a benefit per se. Like we spoke about, the benefit is really just getting yourself into that new home. This loan is intended to be paid off the minute the new mortgage takes place on your new property, right? Essentially, you're just using it really only for the down payment at that point.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it looks like this is a very, very exciting program for many people that's looking to transition from their existing home into a new home, potentially go out there, start looking, secure a property, get in the contract. First, of course, they have to coordinate everything with you guys so they have the money to go in the contract to put a 10% deposit at least.
Right.
But then at the same time, have their existing home go on the market so everything could just kind of like play itself out. So this way, everyone is comfortable and nothing gets in between to kind of like mess up the game.
Right.
And so with that said, I think having professionals like yourself, Sam, that is looking out for the best interest of the client, professionals like, us at the Zach team and every single one that stands behind us is pretty much looking out for the best interest of a client for them not to mess up anywhere in between. To me, this is very, very important. Just seeing this complicated moving pieces of the puzzle accomplish themselves successfully in the end, I think this is more exciting to me than any regular transaction.
Yep.
So thank you very much, Sam, for bringing all these interesting programs to us. I am super excited to start, not only giving you guys more business, but also, educating our clients on all these different programs and what's available for them. But let's admit, not every bank has those programs available. Some banks absolutely have none of these options to offer. And so the best part about what we do at Zach Team is to make relationships and really surround ourselves with someone who is always there for our clients, someone who is always there, open minded, ready, willing, and able. Educate yourselves and then bring this beauty into the world so we can help them transition very well into their new dream home. Thank you, Sam, again for joining me here today. It's been a pleasure having you on this podcast, and I can't wait for our future episodes.
Thanks, Olga. Appreciate it.
Thank you.